So you guys might not expect this, but I've been eating a decent amount of junk food recently, and I want to tell you guys why. See, about a year ago, this exact time, I was doing carnivore. Basically, I was eating nothing but meat for 40 days. Steak, beef, eggs, bacon, nothing. I didn't even allow myself to have lemon juice. I mean, it was crazy. Okay, it was crazy. It was not healthy, but I went so far to the extreme that I was doing nothing but just eating meat, all this stuff. And my idea behind that was like, I need to be as successful as possible for the kingdom, and I need to be as disciplined as I possibly can and just get rid of everything, sacrifice everything in my life besides just working so that I can work super hard. And what you realize is if you live life at the polar extremes like that, you end up crashing and going back to the other one. So I was so insanely disciplined, like insane, only eating meat for 40 days straight. Nothing else, not a single carb, nothing. And then crashed into a massive like panic attacks and ended up in the ER because of I was panicking because I was like so burnt out mentally and physically. It was terrible. And then I ended up like just absolutely going back to terrible diet, like binging everything. And so I tell you guys to say like this is a super easy example to see like that cycle where you go all the way in on something way too far, full extreme, that you end up crashing and going straight back to the other extreme, meaning that your average is in the middle. So what you're better off doing is sitting closer to the side you want, but still including some of the things that you don't want per se. Because life is all about balance. And as cliche as that sounds, I've learned it the hard way. Where it's like if I work 14-hour days, which I've done in the past for an entire week, or if I do 10 to 12 hours for a whole month, I get so burned out that I have to take like 2 weeks off where I get almost nothing done. And so it's better for me if I just worked 8 to 10 hours for the most part and then took breaks at the end. And so that's why I've started eating some junk food and just not caring as much because I understand that, well, I'm going to do the work either way. Like the junk food doesn't really affect me mentally as much as I thought it did. You can work and eat junk food. It's not that hard. I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I'm saying like I want to give you guys this perspective where you don't have to go all or nothing. I'm a very all or nothing person. In fact, that might even be a limiting belief me saying that, but I tend to go towards all or nothing. But those who make the most progress are the ones who are not all or nothing. They're just in the middle, slanted towards the side they want to be at. So like instead of being the average where you maybe work a few hours a day, or instead of being the average where like you eat junk food every single day, be the average where, hey, I'm working 8 hours a day, but also get 2 hours of like rest where I go play some sports or go for a walk or do this. I just read a book. I just even just watch like some meaningless YouTube videos. If you're working 8 hours a day, bro, you can watch some extra YouTube videos. Like it's not that crazy, because you want to be on that side of like you want to be towards the extreme that you want, but not all the way, because you end up like I did, where you just completely just ruin your mental capacity and you just blow up. Because you get too far to one side, you're gonna blow up either way. Same with the others. Like if you go all the way in on junk food and you ate nothing but junk food, you would feel so sick, and then your body would give up and throw up, and then you'd just go back to eating healthy. And so like you have to just lean towards one side, stay there, but like incorporate some of the other extreme every once in a while. And I felt better than I have in a long time, guys. Even though I'm eating more junk food than I have in a long time, which is crazy. And what I mean by junk food is I'm not out here, blasting sour straws every day. I just mean that, like, I'll eat carbs if I want. I don't really care. I'll eat just random carbs. I'll eat mac and cheese. I'll have a Mr. Beast bar every once in a while. Like I just not so uptight with everything. So yeah, hopefully this helps you guys. And yeah, I don't know. This is a random video. Maybe this probably doesn't help anybody, but maybe it helps somebody.